Hey everybody, welcome back to Next River Paints. So in this video, we're going to be looking at the Vogelspinne. This is the brand new Axis mech for Conflikt 47 by Warlord Games. Overall, when I first saw the marketing material for this miniature, I knew I was going to love it. I would say that out of all the miniatures I have to hand, and that I was sent to review, this one feels the most historically, aesthetically correct. Which I know is weird because it's diesel punk and it's not anything related to history whatsoever, but the design of this mech is just spot on. I feel like Warlord really knocked it out of the park with this one. It feels like something you would see in a reconnaissance platoon. I mean, it's perfect, and I don't think they could have made it any better. Even I think this even outmatches the original Spider mech that came in resin, if only barely. And I really liked that original Spider mech. So let's talk about it, because there are a couple of assembly things that I want to bring up, because I think it's kind of important. When you guys assemble this, you're going to run into similar issues, so just be aware. There are a lot of fragile pieces on this. Not necessarily even the barrels, though you will need to clear a little bit of flashing off the barrels. I drilled mine out, by the way. If you're looking at mine, they do not come pre-drilled like that. I drilled them out because that's how I like my miniatures. But you'll notice here this antenna. I'll try to tilt it a little bit so you can see it better. This radio antenna here is very fragile. One of these, I don't know what you would call them, these little bits here, one of these little 6 bits coming off the main antenna, broke on me. It just snapped when I clipped it off the sprue. And I think that has a lot to do with the fact that I have a prototype sprue, and it's a little bit more fragile than what you'll probably end up with, but just be aware of it. I fixed it. And how I did that is, being a historical war gamer, I have lots of Napoleonic miniatures lying around, and I have a ton of these musket arms with bayonets. So I just clipped the tip off the bayonet, and then I glued it in place, and Bob's your uncle. Looks great. Can't tell the difference, and to be honest, I don't even know which one it was anymore. It's not this one. I know it's longer than the rest, but I can tell you it's not that one. I clipped it down so it looked pretty similar to the others. Another assembly issue that you just want to be aware of is the legs. Take your care with them. Each leg is in 2 parts, so you'll see a seam on the legs. If I can bring it up here, you can see a little bit easier. Right there in the center, it goes all the way down. So you will need to assemble. There's 6 legs, so it's 12 parts altogether, if I math correctly. Also, each one of the panels on the body here is its own piece. And there is a risk that when you're assembling it, if you don't hold it delicately, you could squeeze the body and kind of squish it and make it hard at the glue sets to get some of these other panels in place. So just assemble it with care. Dry fit as much as possible to make sure that you are assembling it correctly. You don't have any gaps or seams. One trick that I did is, after I had assembled everything, I took a dull, just a slightly dull hobby knife, and I just scraped it along the edges where I had glued. And then once it had kind of filled in the gaps, I used some Tamiya extra thin to just go over it. That's why it's a little glossy at the seams, just to make it more flush so that the panel lines aren't so obvious. And again, I'm sorry for shaky cam. This is I'm at my actual work desk with my laptop, as opposed to being at my hobby desk, because my hobby desk is an absolute disaster right now. So there is a bit of a shaky cam going on, and I apologize for that. So beyond those issues, again, just be careful with assembly. One of the coolest things about this kit is, so there's 4 weapons variations that you can get with this kit. The main weapons option that I'm probably going to go with is this one right here. This is the main setup. And for me, it's also the one that the OG Spider Mech had. So, you know, obviously I have like a nostalgic reason for taking it, but you don't have to just stick with this because the kit allows you to make up to 3 turret variations out of the 4. So you have options. So for example, if you want to remove this here, okay, you also can make the new sort of Rift Tech variant of the mech. And I can't remember the name of this now. Oh, it's the Maschinen Schwerer. Excuse me. I'm tired. It's like it's after midnight here, and I'm trying to record this. So yeah, it's a pretty cool tech piece. I actually do find it kind of pretty cool looking. I'm actually looking forward to doing some fun object source lighting on the gun here. But yeah, you can make that option, which is very cool. And then you can also make the dual autocannons. I'm not going to push that one down because it fits a little bit too flush, and I don't want to have to struggle to get it out of the body. And then finally, there is a flamer option, so you can have like a flame version. So that's the barrel for the flamer, and then there is a couple other bits here as well. And you'll notice that there are some additional bits on the sprue. This is sort of something that is up to you, how you want to do yours. So on the back here, where this panel is, right here, that gives you an option in the instructions to either add a flame tank on the back, like whatever the concoction is for the flamer. You can add extra ammo for the autocannons, or you can add the new Rift Tech, like, I don't know, energy source on the back. It doesn't really tell me what it is, but it just looks like an energy source. I decided to go with the 4th option back here, which is this panel, mainly so that I can kind of use this in any configuration I want without having to worry about it. You know, it's like, all right, it's the basic model, the basic kit. I like it. So anyway, yes, you have the option to do 3 out of the 4 variants, and if you want to add the flamer option, you would just have to replace the new Maschinen Schwerer gun. So yeah, unfortunately, you know, if you do go with the Rift Tech option, you can't also include the flamer here. So just keep that in mind. This and this are the only configurations, single configurations you can have. So, you know, this one has 2 options. I'm sorry. This one has 2 options. These 2 are the only single configurations you can have. Excuse me. This one has 2 options, and you'll have to pick between one or the other if you're going to do that. So, anyway, now that that's out of the way, let's talk about scale, since that has been a topic that I have brought up recently. So here is, and I apologize for the paint job on it. This is several years old at this point, and my painting skills have absolutely improved since then. But you can see scale-wise, it scales very well to the old mech. I would say it's pretty much on point. The only major difference in design is the engine. This engine is slightly smaller and more kind of efficient looking, whereas this one is more bulky. Now, I added the barrel on the back here. Don't mind that. But overall, I mean, it's right in line, even down to like the ridging on the shielding here. It's very, very, very well done in terms of similar aesthetics to the older kit. Now, how does this scale with tanks? Well, honestly, I think it scales pretty freaking well. So this is a Panzer IV Aus D. Now this is a more recent miniature that I've painted up, so the painting is a lot better on it. And I painted this up for my DAC force. So I'm doing a little bit of a showcase here as well. I probably did this last year sometime. No, 2 years ago, I think. Either way, it's been a minute, and I've painted a lot since the last time you guys have seen me. So overall, this is a Panzer IV Aus D, and this is the Vogelspinne next to it, and you can see it scales pretty freaking well. I mean, it is just the correct size, in my opinion. You know, even down to like the crew. Now, the crew here are from Rubicon Miniatures, because they were the only ones that had better poses for tank crew for the Germans. They're not correct uniform for DAC, but you know, they are painted the correct way, so that works out. So yeah, this guy's a little bit more chunkier than these guys, but that's because these guys are a different brand of Warlord Games. But comparatively, it's the same chunk as a regular Warlord figure for bolt action, because this is a bolt action figure that I glued in there back in the day. So yeah, overall, I'm gonna say that it is probably their best kit in the batch that I've received. Now, that might change when I get into the heavy infantry, the German heavy infantry that I have here, because these guys look really freaking awesome too. And I just love the fact that this guy is just carrying around a pack gun. Just funny to me. It's awesome. So we'll see how it compares to those once I get them built. Overall, again, leaps and bounds superior to the Firefly kit, in my opinion. If you have a chance to pick this up, if you're a Konflikt 47 player, I'm probably going to get another one of these, just because I just think they're so cool, and I can't wait to paint them up in DAC colors like this tank here, which, you know, I think that's going to be the next step. I'm going to have to paint this up for the desert. So anyway, guys, thanks for joining me in this video. I know this was another relatively quick one compared to some of my other videos. Overall, I'm really impressed with this kit, and I'm looking forward to getting to the other parts of this new edition. So see you guys in the next one. Take care.